Hey gang, welcome to our second Hollywood Hills episode of the 2020 season. And have we got one for you? So last week, Leon phones me from Vans Racing. We've been talking for many years and working together well on the Farm Jam projects. And he says to me this, Matt, I've got a bike. Who do I give it to? I mean, how's that for a question? He caught me on the hop. I was like, listen, I'm going to have to come back to you. And I kind of came up with a couple of guys that have either lost their ride or they've been trying to make the move up, and it was very difficult. Anyway, I threw a couple of names at him, and the next morning he came back. And he came back with one of the best projects I've ever heard of in my life. Check this out. The project will now be known as Race to Ride. We've taken 5 riders that Leon and his brother and the whole family up at Vans Racing, the guys that run Farm Jam, have selected, and these guys are going to be invited up to dirt tracks next weekend, this coming Saturday, and they are going to race for a ride. Just absorb that for a second. They're racing for a hookup. They're going to be getting full, basically factory shop support. They're going to be on a Husqvarna of whichever category they race in, and they're going to be part of the Vans Racing. That's just huge. Just absorb that. And I'm really excited to say that Hollywood Hills is going to be up there with LiveX, part of the media, and we're going to be running the whole project. So watch out for that coming down the pipe. We'll give you some of the highlights to watch out for next week, but these are the riders that are going to go at it, and they're going to race for a ride. They're going to be going up against each other on timed circuits. There's going to be a layout of a technical track, which is kind of going to be enduro crossy. There's going to be an enduro track with a little bit of more natural terrain, and there's going to be a pinner track. We're going to take their times, we're going to factor it all in together and work out who walks away with it. But welcome, Bam Bam. So Brendan Rush, he's been on the MCA Whole Shot Husqvarna squad last year. Before that, he was pretty much privateer with a little bit of help, and he knows that he is a pinner. He's been on the 350 gate for a couple of seasons now, trying to make the move up to the 450s. This is a good opportunity for him to show what he can do. I know he's been working on his technical riding, but on the other tracks, I think he is going to be one of the riders to beat. Then we move on to Josh Johnson. So one of the local superstars from Middleburg, Josh Johnson, moving up into the 125s. We watched the kid grow from small wheelers to big wheelers on the 85s, and he started to show real good form, just started to make his way onto the GXCC podiums in the very ultra competitive high school 125 gate. And I know with 3 other siblings, there's 4 Johnsons out there in the queue. I think these guys will be working very hard to make sure that they can get a support ride coming out of Vans Racing. So watch out, because we have seen at the Farm Jam events, Johnson able to run high, well inside of the top 5 overall. Then we move on to Prinsloo. So Prinsloo has been a pinner for the last couple of years. He's been one of those riders that I think has been maybe on a 250 4-stroke for a little bit too long, and it's probably been a money thing. He's been one of the riders that I think would be great on the OR2 gate, moving up onto the 350s. So we're going to see what he can do, and he is a multi-talented rider. He kind of keeps it low-key. He's not flashy. He's not anything like that. He lets the results count, and he's a very stable rider and a good commodity. So we're going to see what he can bring to the game. Then Tyron Beverly. Now Tyron Beverly is a guy that can whole shot off the OR2 gate out at the GXCCs. He can possibly walk away with wins at the Farm Jam if his day falls his way, but a bit of a multi-talented rider, motocross, not so much enduro. So again, same like Bam Bam, he's going to be really battling with the super technical. Hopefully he's been polishing his blade. These guys did know about this at the end of last week as well. So they'll have maybe been getting in a little bit of sneaky practice this weekend. But Tyron Beverly on pure speed as well. It's definitely a rider to watch out for. He's probably going to be bringing his 250 Yamaha Smoker to the party to see what he can get done. And then kind of an unknown factor here, Devin Smith. We know his name from watching him with the media and working with him. He's been racing on the Smoker gate at the Farm Jams, kind of like a self-supported rider, but a rider that is kind of like made a name for himself, nice, affable, likable, approachable rider, and that's very key as far as going for sponsorship selection goes. It's not just the guy that can walk away with the gates and the wins and the trophies and the podiums, but also the guy that can present himself well when it comes to interviews, and obviously the big word nowadays, the social media aspect, because you're always under the spotlight, you're always being watched. So how's that? So race to ride. You heard it here first. Watch out for a lot of guys to copy this initiative, and if Leon's clever, he's going to trademark this thing as well, because I think it is one of the most fair ways to give away a deal, and I think this is something that we'll probably work with Vans Racing on when we start looking forward for our 2021 deal as far as the team riders goes for those guys. But that's what's coming down the pipe. So me and the LiveX crew are going to be going up there, and that's going to be a huge thing that we're going to be putting together. Give us a couple of days after the event to get the edit done, and we'll bring you back a banger and also announce who gets the factory shop support ride deal at Vans Husqvarna. Huge story to kick off things. So that's going to kind of keep us busy for the next couple of weeks. Also, remember, me and the crew are going out this Friday with the GXCC and Black Iron Management to talk about the course. I'm going to go out there and strap a couple of thousand GoPros to myself, have a ride out there, and I'll be able to bring you back exactly how that is going to be breaking down, what the course is going to be looking like. That's going to be fed out through the GXCC media, so watch out through that. But also, I will comment on the Hollywood Hills show as well. But for now, Race to Ride. 5 riders, 1 seat available. Cannot wait for this one.